Greetings and welcome to ME 180 Externship and Exam Prep. I'm going to start your lecture off today as covering things like your medical terminology, which is extremely important. It's extremely important in your certification exam. It helps you break down and understand what the questions are asking or what the questions are asking about. Uh, I will later go into certification and its importance. So let's start off. Medical terms are created by sort of stringing word parts with specific meanings together to identify a body part, a disease, a procedure, etc. Uh, the terms are created from four general word parts. These are the prefixes, suffixes, roots, and combining forms. The roots are the main part of the word. Prefixes are parts of the word that go before the root, and suffixes go after the root. For instance, cardiovascular system. Here we're sort of putting two together. We're putting the heart with the blood vessels to get cardiovascular. AR is pertaining to, so pertaining to the cardiovascular system, or cardio, the heart, and vas, blood vessels. And the roots of those are cardi, heart, and vas, vessel. Again, we know that prefixes and suffixes can't stand alone. They have to be combined with a root. They serve to expand or alter the meaning of the root word. And the root's the foundation on which all of this is built, or the subject of the word. And it usually relates to the body or body system. And then we have the combining vowels, which are used to link two words together. As we said, cardi identifies the subject of the word as the heart. Now, sometimes you'll have a medical term that just has the root word with an ending that does not change or alter the root word itself, such as cardiac, adding AC to cardi, the suffix AC, so that the word cardiac means relating to or pertaining to the heart. Now we can have another example, electrocardiogram, which is a record of the electrical activity of the heart. So elector, E-L-E-C-T-R, means electric. Cardi, of course we know, means heart. Gram means tracing or drawing or a picture of. So what we've got is we've got a picture of the electrical activity within the heart. Combining vowels. As I say, word parts are joined together with combining vowel. Usually it's O, not always. There are some differences. It's usually used when the next linking word part begins with a consonant. There again, there are also some differences, and you'll learn about those, or if you have not already learned about those. However, when it begins with a vowel, or the preceding word part ends in a vowel, usually we drop that combining vowel. So, in other words, if the next word part starts with an I, we would drop the O. Now, in the case of electrocardiogram, you'll notice that after each O, there's a consonant. So we wouldn't drop it, we would keep that. Some more prefixes. We have peri, which means surrounding. We can add this to cardi, suffix itis. So what do we have? We have pericarditis, because we would have to drop an I. So we drop the I after the cardi. So then you have pericarditis. If you had the two I's there, it would be I. You wouldn't be able to understand it as easily. So when you link the prefix peri with the word root cardi, even though the root begins with a consonant, no combining vowel is necessary. Okay. Likewise, when you link the word cardi with the suffix itis, no combining vowel is necessary. In fact, in this instance, as I said, we drop one of the I's so that it is pericarditis. Lungs, the respiratory system. Respiratory system is the lungs and the airways. We use the roots pneum, P-N-E-U-M, which means air or lung, pulmon, which means lung, or bronch, which means airway. Let's give you some examples of different things here. Let's look at tonsil. Tonsils are glands in the back of the throat, and they're part of the immune system. Usually a condition is inflammation, so itis. So tonsillitis. If we want to remove those tonsils, it would be tonsillectomy. There's some more roots and suffixes that you really should think about. Necker, which is a root word meaning tissue death. If we add osis to it, which means condition, it creates necrosis, which means condition of tissue death. So you have to realize that necro, after each word part, there's an O, which is a combining vowel for the next word that comes along. In this case, the ending osis starts with a vowel. So we drop the O from necker, or necro, so that it becomes necrosis, not necroosis. Some suffixes have more than one meaning. Some multiple suffixes have particular meaning. For example, adjectives, suffixes such as ac, al, er, eri, il, ik, us, and tic mean pertaining to. They are added to a root to make the adjective form of the word, such as cephalic. You have cephal, meaning head, and we add ik to it to get cephalic, meaning pertaining to the head. Prefixes. A prefix is a word part that comes before, pre meaning before the root, and it begins the term. Now, prefixes further modify the root or roots, and they often give an indication of a direction, a time, or an orientation, such as the word prenatal. Pre meaning before, natal meaning birth. So you put them together, it becomes prenatal, before birth. You also have words like intra-abdominal. Inter, meaning within. Abdomen, of course we know what the abdomen is. And out, pertaining to. So we put those together, we have intra-abdominal. So we have pertaining to, because you start at the end of the word, usually, not always, but usually. The end of the word, al, means pertaining to. Intra, meaning within. And abdomen, meaning the abdominal area. Some medical terms contain more than one root. For example, electrocardiogram, which means basically a record of the electrical activity of the heart, as we discussed a little earlier. You have electro, which means electric, cardi, which means heart, and then gram is the suffix, which means record. There's also tracheobronchitis, which is an inflammation of the trachea and lungs. You have trach, which is trachea, bronch, which is lungs, and itis, which is inflammation of. There are some that go even well beyond that. I mean, you have words like hystero, salpingo, oophorectomy, which is a complete hysterectomy. You're taking out the tubes, the ovaries, and the uterus. You also have words like abdominocentesis, abdomen added to centesis, which means that there is a puncture into the abdomen for withdrawal of fluid. So abdomen means, of course, abdomen, and centesis, puncture for withdrawal of fluid. Now here's some tips you need to remember. Most medical terms contain two or more of these parts. Roots, the word's essential meaning. Sometimes it may have two roots. Prefix, which is added at the beginning of the word to make it more specific. Suffix is added to the word to give the root word specificity. So it's specifying. Linking or combining vowels are placed in between the words to help with pronunciation. The definitions for root words, prefixes, and suffixes remain the same when they're combined to produce different terms. Here's three examples. The root word for skin is derm. Its combining forms are derma, derm, dermat, and dermato. You've got dermatitis. Derma, which is your root word, added to itis, which is a suffix. So you have inflammation of the skin, or inflamed skin. Dermatology. Derma, of course, again, is the root word, meaning skin, and ology is a suffix, which means a branch of knowledge or science. So it's the study of dermatology, or dermatology is the study of. Card, of course, we remember is root word for heart. Cardiovascular means pertaining to the heart and the vessels. Cardiocentesis, centesis, surgical puncture of heart. And cardiology, of course, is study of the heart and its functions. The root term for blood is hem. Hemorrhage. The suffix rage means bursting forth. Hemorrhage is the escape of blood from tissue. Hemostasis. Stasis. It's at rest in the process, and it gives us the process by which bleeding is stopped. There are tons and tons of suffixes and prefixes. Uh, but what I want to do right now is continue on and talk to you about medical assistant certification. I can't stress how important certification is. I know there are some places that don't require you to have certification, but certification, being certified, I know from my own self, I, enjoy going to the conferences and gaining continuing education points. But after earning your medical assistant certificate, diploma, or degree, whichever you're doing, uh, most people will be ready for their career. Of course, however, medical assistants have additional ways to boost their resume and to learn new skills besides what we call your formal training that you've had. It can be done by earning a medical assistant certification. Uh, just having that certification on your resume. Here you are when you graduate. Get that certification, it puts you up to here. So it raises your desirability as an employee. Uh, Now, there are various types of medical assisting certifications available from different institutions. Uh, while most medical assisting jobs don't require you to be certified, they will allow you to stay at your base level and not advance. Certifications really recommended for advancement into level positions and climbing that ladder of your career. Uh, Medical assistant certifications can provide individuals with an access to a larger selection of jobs and potentially higher salaries. So you may ask, what are the benefits? Well, the benefits to becoming certified are really too numerous to mention. Employers look at certification as a way of verifying that you've met that certain, benchmark of experience. Uh, it stipulates that you're capable and competent enough to excel at certain of your industry-wide standard job expectations, such as many hospitals and medical practices require a form of certification from all job applicants. Some other benefits, are distinction. Without certification, you may have a tough time competing in this really high competitive market of healthcare industry. Um, According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, certified medical assistants have better job prospects than their uncertified colleagues. Earnings. Well, with a better job prospect comes better earning potential. Uh, Certified medical assistants are in a better position to bargain for higher pay and benefits than are those who don't get certified. Uh, Becoming certified is a rather simple process. Uh, while some certifications require an associate degree in medical assisting, many can be earned by completing a simple exam. Most people choose to become certified medical assistant, a registered medical assistant, or a certified clinical medical assistant. Um, there are many different types of medical assistant certifications that cover all aspects of the job description. However, there are only 4 certifications that are accredited by the National Commission for Certifying Agencies. Um, Certifications, as well as the organizations that offer them, are, let's see, you've got Certified Medical Assistant, which is given out by the American Association for Medical Assistants, or AAMA. You have Registered Medical Assistant, which is what I am. Uh, it's given out by the American Medical Technologists. Uh, it's a very comprehensive test that covers just about every aspect of your job, as does the CMA. National Certified Medical Assistant. This is given out by the National Center for Competency Testing, or NCCT. Uh, Certified Clinical Medical Assistant. This is given out by National Health Career Association, or the NHA. And this certification typically requires some prior experience um, for you to take the exam. So they want you not only to be graduated from school, but to have some experience as well. There are several educational programs that provide you with resources to prepare for the certification exam. These are like practice exams, study courses, which is what we're doing right here. You need to decide which type of medical assistant certification you'll pursue, and when you want to do it, and whether or not you need to complete formal education beforehand, which I can honestly tell you really need to do. When it says that, or when I've said that the certification is fairly easy, it is as easy as you have studied for. So in other words, when you go through the courses that you need and everything, if you're just memorizing the information and then dumping it on an exam or whatever, you're not learning it. I can honestly tell you that when I went for my exam, they took my study books out of my hand. I was continually studying every single last second I had to get through the exam, because the process is easy. You apply for it, they give you a date, you go in and you take a computerized exam. That's easy, right? You give them the money. The hard part is sitting down at that computer and having all the stuff that you studied sort of broken up and put on the computer for you to choose the correct answer. So think about your certification exam. Think about studying. Like I said, continually study. Don't stop studying. If you have 5 minutes, pick that book up. It's all going to be worth it in the end. So I look forward to your discussions this week. I hope you enjoy your studies and are retaining a lot as you go through this the study book. And look at your your medical assisting book, your medical office or medical administration book, and just all of them, any and everything you have to study from it. All right, well, I will see you again in lecture next week. Have a great week. Happy studies. Have a good day. Thank you.